Hello and welcome to Cooking with Pinehurst. My name is Ashley and this is my mother,
Linda.
And today we are going to be making a turkey burger that's got spinach and red onions and a Taziki sauce, homemade Taziki sauce that we'll show you how to
Feta
make.
cheese.
That too. So if you're interested, stay tuned.
All right, with this being summertime and everybody grilling out, and honestly, this is great whether it's summer, winter, fall, spring. It's just a good recipe. I honestly think that you could even do it as a meatloaf if you wanted to. It'll probably make a fine meatloaf. But this is going to be a turkey burger that has spinach, feta cheese. The red onions don't go in the burger, they go on top of the burger. And then we do this great sauce that goes over top of it. So it calls for 10 ounces of frozen spinach that you let defrost and then you squeeze it out real good because you don't want any of the spinach or the cucumbers to have a lot of liquid in it. But today we're going to use 5 ounces of fresh spinach.
There's too much liquid, it won't stick together, it'll just crumble.
So we got 5 ounces of spinach here that we're going to chop up. We've got 2 eggs that we're going to beat up. And then we have 2 pounds of ground turkey. Now this is a ground turkey. If you ever look at ground turkey or if you buy ground turkey, they have an all white turkey and then they have one that is a white and dark mix. I think the white and dark is better. It's almost like making hamburgers. If you use chuck versus like that 90-10 kind
Super
of thing.
low fat burgers.
Yeah, low fat burgers just don't
cook well.
They have no flavor. They're dry.
Low fat ground beef doesn't cook well as burgers.
So with this having the dark and the white meat in it, it gives you a little bit more juice to it. Now, normally we would just go with a regular ground turkey, but my husband got this because it had an Italian Italian seasoning to it. So one of the things that we usually put in this is oregano, but we're not going to have to put oregano in it because this is already seasoned with an Italian seasoning. So if you don't get the turkey with an Italian seasoning, which I didn't even know there was any out there like that, it must be something new, make sure that you put a little oregano in for flavor.
How much would you recommend?
Half a teaspoon. You don't need a lot.
Okay.
So we're going to take the 2 things of the ground turkey and we're going to put them in a bowl. And then we have the 2 eggs. You use an egg as a binder. This one's not going to have any breadcrumbs or anything in it because you don't need breadcrumbs in this. Everything that's in here kind of like holds it all together. So there's no filler. And while I chop this up, this is another thing. We have 4 ounces of feta cheese, which we could crumble it a little bit smaller. I'll crumble it before I put it in. Okay. She's going to go ahead and start making the sauce up. So go ahead and tell them what you've got there and I'll chop this up.
To start with, we've got 1 cucumber that's been grated. Stuck in the food processor. I have stuck it on, that's true. I did cut the seeds out too. Stuck it on a paper towel and have squeezed the mess out of it 2 or 3 times and it's still pouring water. So layer up a couple layers on your paper towel, roll it up, and kind of just keep squeezing and see. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's up to 4 squeezes?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you get all the liquid, as much as the liquid as you get out.
Yeah, when you do that and what's the other thing that has a lot of liquid that we squeeze out a lot?
Spinach.
Yeah, the frozen spinach. Frozen spinach, you can let that stuff drain for 3 days. It doesn't make any difference. When you go to squeeze it out, it's still got 1,000 pounds of liquid in it. So that's why we decided to do it with this fresh spinach. You always use less of the fresh than you do the frozen, which is the complete opposite of if you were doing it with herbs. Okay, go ahead.
As far as the sauce goes, the next thing is 2 cups of the Greek yogurt.
And get the whole Greek yogurt. Don't get the low fat or the 2% milk or anything like that.
There's nothing wrong with low fat or 2% or any of that. It's just the flavor. You sacrifice the flavor. Yeah, it's not that we're so anti low fat.
I am.
Anti-health. Okay. She is.
I just,
Healthy is great. We love healthy, but we like flavor better.
I just watched an article. I just watched
That was amazing,
a clip
wasn't it?
on Facebook, and this guy was talking about all this low-fat stuff and how everybody thinks that they're doing so much more for their body and being healthy by going with the low-fat. The problem is the things that they make low-fat taste so blah that they add a lot of sugar and they add a lot of salt to make it to where people will eat it. So if you go with a higher fat, they don't put, you see any sugar or salt in there? No preservatives.
There's 7 grams of sugars in the total carbohydrates.
But that's for the whole thing, whole carton, right?
Yeah. Yes. No, that's per serving cup of 1 cup.
Okay.
1 cup serving.
So that's the thing. When you go with a low-fat thing, if you've ever eaten low-fat mayonnaise, horrible, horrible.
Just don't. Just skip it.
All right. So if you have to eat that, don't eat mayonnaise, period. But the low-fat will compensate because it tastes so bad. It'll compensate with things that you really shouldn't be eating. So people wonder why they've gotten heavier, and it's because they put fructose and they put sugar and they put all kinds of stuff into these things that are considered, corn syrup, that's considered low fat to make it where people will even eat the darn things. Now we're gonna, with this, it's got two cloves of garlic chopped. Just kind of like spread that around. You got the 2 eggs. You've got the spinach, which this really made up a lot of spinach.
We'll get back to the sauce in a second. She's the lead horse. So go ahead. Make them
I cut
burgers.
back on the spinach. I think you're only going to need about 2.5 ounces of spinach, because you don't want it to taste like a spinach burger, and that's what this thing's looking like. And then the feta cheese, and if it has really big clumps in it, break it up a little bit. You don't want it mush, but you don't want it to be like giant clumps.
Yeah, or break up as you mix it anyway.
Yeah. And you know what, we forgot to bring over the salt and pepper.
Do that.
This is going to have salt and pepper. Like I said, if you didn't have the Italian flavored ground turkey, you would put some oregano in. Then,
How much? Couple shakes?
just shake. Okay, it's good. That's good. Okay, and mix that in like that. So we've got this all mixed up. You see how easy it is. And if you don't have fresh spinach, that's fine. Just get yourself a 10-ounce box, drain it off, defrost it, drain it off, and make sure it's just really, really, really dry before you put it in. Now, while I'm getting this ready,
Stand here waiting for her.
she's gonna go ahead and finish off the sauce that's gonna go into
Tzatziki
the
sauce.
bun. Yeah.
Okay, so back to this. There was 2 cups of the Greek yogurt. There is 4 garlic cloves. I could have gotten it for you. You're making this one. 1 tightly squeezed, very well drained cucumber. And then there's 1 tablespoon of dill. It says 1 tablespoon of dill, but this is a teaspoon.
No, it's a tablespoon of parsley. It's a teaspoon of dill.
Oh, I can't read. Just kidding. Well, where's the parsley?
I showed you a high school gadget.
Taught me well.
But it's not nice to call your mama, but
It's not nice for my mom to keep walking in front of the camera and making weird.
well, if everything wasn't hitting back there, I wouldn't have to do this.
Tablespoon of parsley, and then salt and pepper to taste, which I put back over here. Couple shakes of pepper, a little bit of salt. Then we mix it up. Now, am I putting the dill in the sauce, or
Yes.
am I? Okay.
Once again, we're spraying the pan, and you want to get it hot. If it's not hot enough, it won't really char the outside, so you don't want it charred, but you want to get it brown.
Teaspoon of dough. This one's gonna be all over the place. Sorry about that. We've taken a month hiatus, trying to get back in the groove.
We've been working our butts off.
Yeah,
We had 2 days off in May.
right? That's more than what I've had, so I don't know.
Mother's Day and Memorial Day. And you had to work Memorial Day, didn't you? You had to work Mother's Day.
I worked Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
work
she
Memorial.
worked Mother's Day and Memorial Day.
In this line of business, there is no such thing as a holiday, unless you're the owner and you can make your own schedule.
What was
I'm
that?
not an owner. Huh?
What's that?
Make your own schedule?
Yeah. Being the owner and making your own schedule. Your clients make your schedule.
You want to try the sauce?
Okay, so you can see these burgers are holding together fine without any of the breadcrumbs and stuff in it.
It's a pretty patty.
I need some more salt and pepper. Did you put any salt and pepper in it?
Good.
So I would say this is about a 3 to 4 ounce patty. Could be 5.
It's 5.
5 ounce patty. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear it sizzling. Normally I wouldn't make the burgers over the frying pan. Now when we get these burgers cooked, a lot of people don't realize that when you have any kind of burger, if you want it to sit for a minute and you also want it to drain off on like paper towel or something, because taking these things, have you ever taken a burger and you've gotten it right out of the frying pan or right out of the grill and put it right on the bun, and then your whole bun is just like completely soaked with the
Soppy,
juices
yeah.
and stuff? If you let it sit on a paper towel for a minute, all the grease and everything will come off of it, and you won't have a mushy, soggy roll that you're putting in. Show them the rolls that we're going to be using. These rolls are great, and everybody seems to it seems to be the roll of choice nowadays.
They're just good. They just got that good little chewiness to them.
Yeah, the crunch.
It's called ciabatta roll.
You can get them anywhere. You can toast them ahead of time if you want to, or if you'd rather have it softer, you just leave it like that.
These are also good because they've got the holes, the air holes in it, which means that you can stuff those with more of that sauce.
Yeah,
We're
it's
sauce
good.
people.
It's good too when you're putting butter on it or anything. It's almost like having an English muffin. It gives you a lot of area for the butter and or whatever the sauce is. you put
Peanut
in there.
butter, cream
Yeah.
cheese, any of that. This might be a little bit bigger than 5 ounces.
I know, it's getting bigger as we go. We had one woman that used to work for us that if she made a meatball, she would start out with a meatball like this, and then by the time she was finished, she was so tired of making meatballs, they look like boulders. So I'm doing that with these patties. They're a little bigger as they go. This one's going to be the teeny one. This is the baby one. And that one will go in the center. So if you have a small child, this is the slider. See, there's a slider burger. It's right in there.
This is gonna be my lunch, so that'll technically be the half of the next one that I would have eaten after probably that one. I'm starving. I'm so excited about this. These are so good.
Ashley gets very excited. She could be one of those homeless people with the sign around her neck. We'll work for food. We'll work for food, and she would really work for food because she just really.
I don't have to be a homeless person wearing a sign around my neck. I work
Just do it
for
anyway.
food anyway, because, that's kind of half of what the jobs are for.
Yeah. So this is cooking. We got to let it cook. This is one time I really don't suggest you doing this medium rare or anything. The turkey burgers you want to cook all the way. So we're going to let these cook down a little bit, and when they get done, we'll show you how to assemble everything. And
We'll see you in a little bit.
see you in a minute. Bye. Well, welcome back, and they finally have finished cooking. I think I like these the best on a grill because when the cheese melts, it melts into the grill. It doesn't melt into the pan. Sometimes if the cheese melts into the pan, it'll make them darker than what you would think. If you can see, do you see what we're talking about with this roll? It's lots of holes, almost just like an English muffin. And so it just really...
Let's get weird. Can you see it? Ooh.
If you haven't tried these kind of rolls, try it. Every food store has them now. Even Walmart, they all have these rolls. Some are better than others. But try them, they're really, really good. And they're not only good for hamburgers and things like that, they're just good for regular sandwiches. We're gonna take some of this yogurt sauce, here you can do that, and put it on the top and the bottom. Just think about it, because this is yogurt, this is gonna be less calories right there than mayonnaise would be. And once again, if you hate yogurt and you don't want to use it, use mayonnaise and...
No.
You really need to taste it with yogurt because it's really good.
You eat it plain.
Yeah, eat it plain.
Enjoy your plain spinach cheeseburger. No.
No?
It's made for a reason.
We used to serve these at the restaurant when we were open at the restaurant, and
They were huge.
yeah, people really, really loved these a lot. I just had a lady today ask me if the restaurant was open, and I said no. She says, oh, we really wanted to come up and eat and blah, blah.
We've been closed since the end of 2009.
Yeah, 2009, and we get phone calls every week wanting to make reservations to come to eat. So now what we're doing is, now we have people that are using us for luncheons, you know, like we'll take the food to the doctor's office, or we'll take the food to the funeral parlor, or we'll take the food to City Hall, or whatever.
And we still do showers, baby showers,
Yeah.
bridal showers, and stuff
Yeah.
like that on the weekends. Just have
Lots
a party
and
of
lots
15 or more, we're good.
This month we had an 80th birthday, a 95th birthday, a 90th birthday,
16.
a 16th birthday, and what else? There was another birthday in there somewhere along the line.
I don't know.
Oh, we had a drama club meeting, awards banquet, had some weddings, and we had,
You're the
God, I mean, like
I have no idea.
one week we had, every single day we had something going on.
Well, you still got your summit racing, the real estate, and all that stuff too. So
Yeah, so it's
The
crazy.
regulars.
But we're gonna go ahead and take this burger now. And, whoop.
Which one's the bottom? This is the bottom.
Well, this doesn't really need to drain off now because it's been sitting in this pan for a while. So it's only on warm. But normally, if you were doing a beef burger, you would definitely want to take a paper towel or something and let it drain off a little bit, get some
You
of
want
the
your
fat off. And put the spinach on first. Now, you can do lettuce if you want to, but this time we're going to do spinach to go with the spinach that's in it. You want spinach?
Sure.
And red onions. And the red onions just gives it a little bit more at the
Sets it
top.
off.
Yeah. That amount of sauce is really enough for probably all the burgers plus a little bit. We've also done, that's what we did. Big real estate luncheon, huge real estate luncheon, and they had 4 different kinds of lunches in a boxed lunch. And one of the ones we did was, it was a wrap that had hummus, had that sauce on there with the cucumber in it, and it had cheese and spinach and carrots and cheese, spinach, carrots,
Tomatoes.
chopped tomatoes, and it was so good.
Tzatziki sauce.
Yeah, that's what I said, we use that sauce in that. So there's a lot of uses for this sauce. It's almost the kind of sauce that you have when you go to the Greek restaurants and get the gyros. So, you wanna cut yours? You wanna just bite it that way? I'm cutting
I don't
mine.
care.
I'm a delicate flower, I'm cutting one.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm not. So.
And see, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's good.
Looks good. Not good stuff.
Tastes really good.
And it's
Well.
juicy.
You're not good.
But you can see, a lot of people don't like turkey burgers because they're not juicy. These are juicy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's delicious.
very good. So, we'll see you next time. Hopefully it won't take so long to get another show on, that we have time to breathe a little bit. Hey, it's my fault. I'm working 24/7.
Yeah.
So,
Once again, as always, if you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to see more, give us a like or a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Or if you want to order lunch or have a wedding, let us know too.
Yeah, we can work that out. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.